Peace, y'all. What is good? What is going on? It is me, the Joey Digital. Just wanted to say what is up, see what is good with the collective in this moment. And I just wanted to go ahead and send y'all waves and waves and waves of positive energy, frequency, and vibration in this moment. I definitely want to go ahead and encourage you, if you have not done so as of yet, to like, comment, subscribe, share the content, you know, hit all the bell notifications so that you all may be updated when I post and create all new content. And do yourself a favor and give yourself a big air hug, you know what I mean? A big hug. I'm giving y'all a big air hug, but y'all give yourself a big hug just for, you know, making it to this place, making it to this spot of your life, of your journey, where we can all just kind of sit in this good positive energy and really embrace the good positive energy that we have manifested, that we have had as of late, you know. And I just want to go ahead and really, I want to go ahead and really just spin y'all around real quick. Spin y'all around, let y'all see what is going on. Some of the beach is packed, but I was able to find a patch of area where there has been not a lot of people, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and set up shop right here and share with you all the powerful message that I do have for you in this moment. All right, and so if this is what you are here for, go ahead and throw that thumb up. Throw two thumbs up, you know. I'm getting choked up, you know what I mean, because we got some good messages coming in, you know. Go ahead and throw 2 thumbs up, and you know, just know that I truly appreciate you all. And you know, before I get into the message, I do want to say we have more subscribers on the channel, and I just want to let you know with a heart full of gratitude that I truly appreciate you all. And I want to say thank you to my current subscribers for always showing up, for always showing out, for always coming through, showing love. I love the comments. I love reading my comments. So, you know, if you have had time during your busy schedule to stop and go ahead and share something from the heart, I just want to let you know that you are greatly appreciated in this moment. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just want to share with you all the powerful message that I do have for you in this moment. All right, so what I want to say is, this is the time to walk in your love energy. All right, this is the time to walk in your love energy. This is the time to bask in your love energy. This is the time to be a magnet, all right, for all things love in this moment. All right, and you already know, man. You already know the vibe is different. You know, we just got finished dealing with a major, of course, good news, a major Mercury retrograde. You know, and if y'all been checking out my content lately, you know, I've been getting a little, I don't know if y'all can tell, you know, I got the locks twisted. I'm getting a little, you know, I'm trying to get a little fly. You know, summertime is here. Summertime is here in this moment, and I'm feeling really good, you know. And this is the time right now to really embellish that love energy, to really get into that love frequency. And if you are experiencing love, it is because you are only bringing in more experiences of the love that you are already feeling within yourself. All right, positive love, positive joy, positive abundance, you know, and all of that good stuff. Go ahead and hit that like button. You know, we are in a time, oh my goodness, man. I don't know, man. Y'all probably could feel the energy, man. You know, it's a lot of love over here, you know what I mean? It's a lot of love, you know. And I just want to say, it starts with you. You know, you have to really mean it when you say you love yourself. And it doesn't come with just saying you love yourself. You have to do the action. You have to actually really show yourself that you love yourself. All right. And I was having a conversation over the weekend about love, you know, and you know, I'm super transparent. You know, I was talking with my kids about it, and I was just letting them know. I said, you know, in order for anyone to love you, you have to show people that you know how to love yourself, you know. And they was feeling it, you know. I mean, because listen, you know how kids are. They they're gonna keep it real. You know, if they're not feeling it, they're gonna be honest. You know, it's not like, you know, as we get older, people say, yeah, but then they be like, nah, you know, they get to themselves and they be like, nah, I ain't feeling that, you know. But they was feeling it, you know, because I believe that. I believe that if you really take time out to really show yourself the many different ways that you love yourself, you can bring in more love into your life. You can bring in more situations where you are truly living your life that you love. You are truly being a magnet for that person that you are looking for. You know, for those of us that are looking for love in that aspect, you know, it's super imperative, you know, because you want to be able to show people, you want to be able to show that person why they should love you. All right, and the best way to show them why they should love you, how come, is to know yourself. You know the things that make you happy. And, you know, that comes from spending a lot of time with yourself. That comes from a lot of, you know, the season that we just got out of, a lot of the isolation. A lot of us have been in isolation, and, you know, we're not in isolation anymore. You know, we out here now, we outside. And, you know, I don't know, it's a lot of us out here that, you know, we don't want to live, in a projection anymore. We want to be able to, the projection that we want to live in is the one that we create ourselves, from ourselves, you know. So some of us are, in this season, we're not isolating anymore. We're not keeping our mouth shut anymore about things that we want to say, you know, because we're saying a lot of love things. We're saying a lot of positive things, you know, and we're saying to ourselves, hey, you know, I do want to experience being happy again. I do want to experience that magnetic attraction. You know, I don't know if y'all believe in twin flames. I don't know if y'all believe in soul connections, you know, but for those of us where this message does resonate, there are people that y'all have been really preparing yourself for this moment. And it's not because y'all are looking to receive anything. It's because you have a lot of love to give, you know. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you are already giving yourself love. You're already loving yourself. You have a lot of love to give. Your cup is spilling over. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. And it's an amazing time to bring in a significant other to experience that. Now, it doesn't have to be anything, you know, super fast paced, because this is a different time and space right now. You know, we no longer doing the fast pace. We no longer doing any of that wildness. You know what I mean? We taking our time. You know, we come through. You know, you're coming through. You're making friends, and you're spending time in that zone, in that friend zone. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with spending time getting to know a person. You know, we actually are pumping our brakes this time around, and we are really cultivating the friendship. We are cultivating the memories, because guess what? Listen, life is all about making memories. Life is not about doing a bunch of, it's not about necessarily just doing a bunch of stuff. It's about creating memories, and it's about having a really good time and sharing time and space with that person, you know, because you have it to give from yourself. You know, you have the love to give from yourself, because you have been spending so many time listen, you have been spending so much time with yourself, sifting through all of the, you know, the shortcomings and the, you know, the programming, you know, like a lot of the failed situations where people told you, you know, this and that. And that time and season is over. You know, we are in a season where we are no longer at the 100%. We are at the 1000%. And, you know, check out my video 1000 Aura, you know. And it's all about loving yourself and bringing, you know, not only are you bringing yourself to the table, you are the table. You are making the table. You are sitting at the table. You are choosing where you sit at the table, but in a loving way, you know, in a caring way. And, you know, as I said a few minutes ago, you know, we all about taking our time these days. You know what I mean? You know, we get, you know, it's nothing wrong with, you know, being friends. There's nothing wrong with taking 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you know what I mean? And, you know, just see where you at with life, because, you know, guess what? We just came out of this whole space where, you know, some of us felt like we wasn't good enough. Some of us felt like we went through a battle. Some of us are, you know, still wondering if we should drop our armor, put the swords and shields down, you know, and, you know, we don't even want to be on that no more. You know, we just want to enjoy ourselves, get this money, you know what I mean, for the collective. You know, we want to get this money, then we want to get this money again, you know what I mean, two times, and, you know, we just want to enjoy our life. And even if it means that we don't find anybody in this season, and maybe next season is our season, we don't want to wait to even get into that space where we need somebody to be happy, because we no longer doing the self. We're not doing the validation no more unless it's coming from ourselves, you know. And right now, because we have been isolating, we have been working out. You know, y'all see me. Y'all see I'm getting. You know what I mean? I'm out here. We 2.0 right now. You know, working out. You know, for those of us who like to meditate, we meditating. For those of us who like to fast, you know, definitely speak with your health specialist, you know, because I fast, but I don't want to tell y'all to fast. Go ahead, check with your doctors, you know, whatever. Check out with the people that you know, you have a regimen with, and see what's the best idea, you know, for your walk of life. But I like to fast, I like to work out, I like to eat, you know, a little healthy. And you know, I'm in a space, you know, you have to, all right, when it comes to love, you have to create that space, you know. All right, now, for those of us who, you know, who live alone, you know, like me, you know, trying to be a little transparent here, but, you know, I live alone, you know what I'm saying? So, you have to, if it's love you're trying to cultivate on that kind of level, you know, you have to create that space to bring somebody in. You know, you can't just be super, you know, all about work, you know, your, you know, work, and, you know, your business, and, you know, putting yourself first. You have to carve out a space where you are okay with bringing someone in, and you have to be able to not necessarily meet them where they are, but you have to have the capacity for things to not be all about yourself. You know, you have to be able to be a really good listener. You have to be able to be, you know, able to do some things that maybe was not your idea, you know, because hey, listen, that's where the fun comes in, you know, because when you don't have everything all figured out, you can be able to be free, you know. You can kind of, they call it surrender, you know. You could surrender, and there's nothing wrong with surrendering, you know, especially when it feels right, you know. And, you know, this is what you've been doing this whole time when you've been isolating and working on yourself, is surrender. You've been okay with the shortcomings, or you've been okay with the things that you had to work through, or the ideas or whatever that weren't serving you. And, you know, you did so much alchemy, so much alchemizing, and so much transmuting in the previous season, which showed you how to be okay with yourself. So now, you know, when you you know, as I was saying about staying by myself or whatever, staying by yourself, for those of us who stay by yourself, you have to, you know, maybe you have to put an extra set of towels and washcloths out, you know, or maybe you have to, you know, really engage people. If you know, are looking to meet people, you have to really just be yourself. Don't try super hard, you know, and just enjoy your life, man. And, you know, trust me, man, you know, if you just live your life and do the things that you love, you're gonna meet people that will love you for who you are, because they're doing what they love too. They're doing what they love, and you're doing what you love, and y'all just so happen to meet, you know. And right now in this lifetime, we're coming across more and more synchronicities, you know, because we're more and more in alignment with our true purpose, and we're having fun with it now. You know, it's not all about, you know, a strategy and guarding your energy from haters and all this type of stuff, man. That stuff is in the past, man. Ain't nobody, we're not even keeping that kind of stuff around us no more. We're not keeping nobody around us that's trying to sabotage or you know, put a comma in your sentence and all this. Like, we're not doing none of that no more. We already settled, you know. We already had our season where we dropped down to low levels just to look up to people that still let us down. We're not doing that. We're not dropping our energy no more all the way to the bottom, you know what I mean, just to fit in. You know, we wasn't made to fit in. We was made to stand out, you know. And And like I said earlier in the video, it doesn't mean that we out here looking for love on that kind of tip. It's just that the kind of love that we looking for, we have it already. You know, we already have it within ourselves. And it's our job to, you know, experience love from a different vantage point, you know, where we can be more expressive. We can do, you know, being more expressive meaning you do more things that you love, you go more places that you love, eat more foods that you love. You know, these are confirmations right here. And you know, you just kind of, you know, surrender into that energy. You surrender into that energy of not having to have everything under control all the time. You know, just kind of let life happen, because you're already doing things that you want to do. You're already going to places where you want to go. So nothing's gonna come and sabotage you. You know, like this next level that we're on right now, it's not complicated like the other ones were, because the other ones were only complicated because we were moving in a different energy where things were complicated, and we already did the work, the self work, the inner healing to get away from that energy. And you know, for a lot of us, we have sent that energy back to the universe and let the universe deal with that, you know, or we, you know, we have leaned more closer to God and let God guide our steps, you know, and just let us, you know, really it's all about, all right, let's put it like this. The energy we in, if you're a bird, right, it's gonna be kind of hard to fly if you're carrying a bunch of luggage. You know what I'm saying? So this is the season right here where you really drop the luggage down by your feet and you spread your wings and you fly. You know, this is the energy we're in. You know, we flying right now. We flying, we soaring to different heights. You know, we finding out deeper love that we had hidden inside of us, that, you know, either it was buried because life, or maybe it was just never experienced before because we never did the work before, and we're doing the work now. So now is the time to experience that love, that high vibrational love frequency energy that only God could give us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you want an easy life, man, you gotta be easy, man. You know, society want us to do all this stuff, man, and it's just, you know, we did that last season. We did all this stuff and nobody came to save us. You know what I'm saying? We doing all this extra stuff and do this, do that, meet this person, does that. I did that to make y'all laugh. I hope I made y'all laugh. You know, we lighten it up. You know what I mean? It don't have to be super serious anymore, man. You know, because we're not doing too much, man. We just chilling. We chilling out. We drinking our water. We drinking our coconut water. We drinking our spring water. We drinking our alkaline water. We minding our business. We staying out of the way. We creating our own way. We realizing by walking with God, He is the way. You know what I mean? By walking with the universe shows us the way. Through following our heart, it opens up its biggest secrets, reveals it to us in subtlety, and if you are quiet enough, you can hear it. You know what I mean? And we just trying to have a good time, man. You know, ain't nobody trying to, you know, all that complication, man. Ain't nobody doing that no more, man. There's no rule that says you have to suffer a lot in order to be blessed. You know, just be blessed. You make one decision. It's not like, you know, it's not like you know, you got to jump through all these hoops and then or now you paid your dues and now you can be happy. No, you just make one choice. You make one choice, and the one choice that you make is yourself. You choose yourself. Choose you this time. You know, choose you this time, man, and let's see what happens, man, because, you know, it's your time to be happy. I know it's my time to be happy. I already know. Y'all see where I'm at. I can't even count all the waves, but guess what? Whether the waves come, crash, or go back into the ocean is forever. You know what I mean? Just like the universe, just like God, just like the source of creation. Whatever it is, you resonate, you take what resonates with you. I'm out here, you know, and, you know, the reason why I come to the ocean is because you don't see people out here arguing. You don't see people out here fighting. You don't see people out here stressing out and complaining about bills and complaining about anything that they want to be or that they want to do, or you don't see anybody complaining about themselves. People be chilling. Look at all these people out here chilling, out the way, phone is probably still in their car. You know what I mean? The phone is probably in their car. Like, yeah, you know, I'm not reading no emails. Monday is Monday. You know what I mean? Or whatever. The business days is business days. You know, we chilling right now. And it's all about just taking it easy with yourself. You know, like you already put enough pressure on yourself the last season trying to live up to expectations, and nobody ever came and said, hey, you know, good job or anything like that. And it's just like, wow, I gotta do all this stuff and waste all my energy down to zero if nobody's gonna say thank you. Where's the finish line at? So there is no finish line for that stuff. So that's why we created our own race, we created our own finish line, and we cross our own finish line when we ready. When we ready, we doing what we want to do when we ready, you know. And this is how you unlock your happiness, you know. You just start doing a lot of stuff that puts smiles on your face again. Yeah, so listen, I love y'all. I'm thinking of y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace and love. Namaste.